Hello everybody, the Dwarven Potato here with, something a bit different. The Cuphead Show, officially dropped yesterday, and I just finished watching it, literally 2 minutes ago. Now, I want to make a video on it, but, with the advent of both spoilers and also getting this out on time that there's any chance of people actually seeing it, I couldn't really try to make a regular kind of video. So what's gonna happen here is I wrote a bunch of notes down in my phone, and I'm just gonna try to improv a video from these. So, yeah, let's do this. The Cuphead Show is great, and if you're on the fence about watching it, you totally should just go right ahead and do it. Now, a couple things you should know. It's probably not going to be what you're expecting. I went in expecting the Cuphead Show to be sort of a, like, episodic, but with a logical continuity, sort of teenager to young adult type show with, like, nothing too, like, crazy or dark, but, like, maybe the mild swear word here and there, because that's kind of what the game was. But no, they went the entire kids show angle, going as far as to not even say the word hell. They just call it the underworld. Now, that being said, that is by no means a bad thing. The Cuphead Show is amazing. It's, in my opinion, the perfect example of how to do a kids show. I just think it's important that people know going in, it is very much a kids show. This show feels almost like a weird conglomerate of every single kids show you've ever seen. It's like there's an adorable dynamic between the two main characters. There's an episode about ghosts. There's an episode about game shows. There's an episode about a misunderstanding. It's all just every classic kids show trope you've ever seen is just about in the show. It's kind of crazy. It's also kind of crazy just how many characters from the game they managed to work into the show. Because, like, it's not just Cuphead, Mugman. You got Elder Kettle, you got Miss Chalice. More on her later. You've got the Root Pack. I think that's what they're called. I never actually played Cuphead, I should note. I've never actually played Cuphead. But, yeah. There's the Root Pack, there's, Pork Rind, there's just a bunch of... there's a lot more characters from the game in the show than you'd probably expect once told it's a children's show. But, yeah. This show does a really good job at taking the fact that the main characters are cups and just running with it. Like, you know how old SpongeBob would always make jokes about how SpongeBob was a son? But was a sponge, blah, or how they lived underwater. This show does that, but with the fact that they're cups, and they do it quite a bit. There's an entire episode where Mugman breaks his handle, and the plot is trying to get it reattached. There's a joke where fucking, it's seeming, like, there's a joke in one of the episodes where they break a fishbowl, and so to save the fish's life, Cuphead just drops the fish into his head, because his head is full of liquid, and you even see the fish, like, swim past behind his eyes. That's another weird thing. This show, according to this show's canon, the whites of their eyes are actually, like, transparent where the whites would be, and they're only white because of the white liquid, which the show also directly states is milk. So there's that mystery solved for ya. The show also makes it canon that the straws are just an organic piece of their body, because there's a joke in one of the episodes where Cuphead gets, like, hit with some, like, poisonous stuff, and along with his face swelling up, his straw swells up too. It's great. Yeah, this show has some great visual humor going on. Like, this show has one of the greatest visual gags I've ever seen, and that is, there's a ghost episode, where Cuphead gets scared so bad. No, not Cuphead, Mugman. It's important that it's Mugman. Gets scared so bad that his nose falls off. And you see, the thing about that joke is it's great because they did it with Mugman. Like, with Cuphead or Elder Kettle, it would have been good, but Mugman's nose is so comically large that it's just 10 times funnier with him than it would have been with anyone else. Speaking of that ghost episode, that's definitely my favorite episode of the show. That episode is just, there was so many great moments in that video. There's that great visual gag. There's a great musical number. Yeah, this show is musical numbers. But yeah, and how could I ever forget the joke where, like, in between, after the musical number, Cuphead and Mugman run into a dark room, and it does that classic cartoon thing of you can only see their eyes, and you hear teeth chattering. Cuphead says, "Mugman, I know you're scared, but stop chattering your teeth." Mugman responds, "I'm not chattering my teeth." And then the lights turn on, and they're surrounded by a horde of skeletons that are all chattering their teeth. And then they scream and run out. Oh, that joke fucking gutted me. Holy shit. Yeah. Ghosts Ain't Real is definitely my favorite episode of the season. That episode was just, so fucking great. There are also some other great moments in the show that I'd like to give some quick nods to. For example, the episode right before Ghosts Ain't Real, Roll the Dice. Okay, the way that episode starts, Cuphead and Mugman are playing out with a tire outside. Elder Kettle yells, "Kids, come on, our favorite radio show's coming on. Hey, you're not playing with my lucky tire, are you?" Tire rolls off, Cuphead and Mugman run off, and it rolls over into the city onto the set of the show, which is where the rest of the episode takes place. Never in my life have I seen a TV show episode cut to the chase so fucking quickly. Like, that episode does not spend any time on openings, because it's also the King Dice episode, which I think might be why they knew like, people were gonna be hype for the King Dice episode. So they, like, went out of their way to get to King Dice as quickly as possible. And it leads to easily the fastest way I have ever seen characters get to the episode plot in any cartoon ever. That episode also has a joke about cannibals, which I just find ironic, that they can't say the word hell, but they can make a joke about cannibals. I would also like, to give an opening... I would also like to... I don't remember what the episode's title was, but I'd like to give I think it was Sweater Off Dead. I'd like to give an honorable mention to that episode's opening, because, you'll understand what I mean when you see it, but, I am waiting to see that scene on a 2010s kids childhood trauma list, within the next, 10 to 15 years. And finally, let's get back to Miss Chalice. So, this is the one thing in the show that I feel that, I don't particularly like. The way they did Miss Chalice feels a little scummy. Because she was sorta, like, in all the big trailers, and then she doesn't show up until the last episode of the season. And just... she was so hyped up, and then she doesn't show up until the very end, and that just feels just a little bit, not enough to, like, really hurt the show, but it just felt a little scary. Also, the plot of that episode, actually, I'm not gonna say how that episode ends, because I'm trying not to be spoilery, as little as possible. So I'm not gonna say how it ends. I'm just gonna say, the season ends on a pretty wild note, and I am very excited to see how they resolve that, whenever the fuck season 2 happens. Alright, and, yeah, that's all I have to say. That's my, this has been my, I have just decided this video is going to be called Quick Thoughts on the Cuphead Show. I have spontaneously decided it, that will be the title. But yeah, so this has been Quick Thoughts on the Cuphead Show. Overall, it's really good. It's I'd say it's the quintessential example of how to do a kid show. And I am really excited, to see, where it goes in subsequent seasons. And, yeah, sorry I've probably been stumbling all over my fucking words in this video. As I said at the beginning, I am improving all of this from just a few notes I wrote down while watching in my phone. So, yeah. But yeah, so I'd give the Cuphead Show a solid, like, 10 out of 10. Like, if you can handle watching a show that's meant for babies, like, not even for babies, like, if you can handle a show that's meant for, like, 6 to 10-year-olds, like, if you, like, because I know that that's not going to be the cup of tea for everybody, obviously, but if you can, like, watch and enjoy a show that's meant for 6 to 10-year-olds, you will enjoy, the Cuphead Show, I think. It is a solid 10 out of 10, and it executes what it's trying to do flawlessly. Yeah, that's all. Peace out!